Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a tropical set. I feel like it's the first one of the year. The sun's out now in the UK, which is really nice, and it's really starting to feel like it's warming up and the summer's right around the corner. All the holidays, it's really brightening up my mood, which is great. So I thought let's start off with some tropical designs now. So here is the design that we're going to recreate today. We've got 3 gel polishes. We've got a nude, a pink, was it 3? Oh, and a black. There's also a black, and we do also have some stamping included. So I just had a bank holiday weekend and I've been super productive. Maybe also because the sunshine is out, and I always feel just so much more productive when the sun is out. I feel so much more happier, and I definitely feel like I should have been born in a sunny, warm country. I don't know what I'm doing here. But yeah, I've been really productive. So I've got quite a lot of videos ready to go. I mean, they're filmed. I just need to edit them, so I might do it still today, who knows. But hopefully you guys will have a bit more content. I feel like recently I've been a little bit quiet. I've tried to upload and film and do stuff here and there, but I've just been really busy recently, so I just haven't had the chance. I had my first client for gel nails on Saturday, which was very scary. I couldn't sleep all night. I was so worried and just scared, but it all went really well, which is great. So I also didn't know whether or not she wanted to extend her nails or if it's just going to be gel on her nails. So I was like practicing after work, kind of like extending and filing and just prepping and working on my little skill there. But luckily she just went for gel, which is nice, because I was a bit worried, because it just, you all know, probably takes much longer to extend and file and everything. But instead she just wanted some beautiful red nails, well, gel polish on her natural nails, which is really nice. So going back to the video, we've got 2 nails that are fully nude, 1 fully pink, 1 glittery nail, and 1 ombre nail. So at this stage I am doing 2 French tip nails. Both are going to be using this stunning pink shade. Off camera, I'll go ahead and do a second layer of the pink, and then we can crack on with our lines. So today's design includes quite a lot of black long lines, and lines for me, I usually try to stay away from them just because I can never get the line super straight, or at least I thought I couldn't. Because today it kind of proven me wrong. I went on Pinterest and I usually look for other nails that would inspire me. But recently when I was looking, I have a lot of nail designs on my phone, like inspiration. But although there's so many, you still, I don't know, just none of them were really speaking to me to recreate. None of them were sparking any ideas, any kind of thoughts, or, you know, any of that kind of stuff. But for a change, I went on Pinterest, and instead of looking at other people's work and trying to get inspired by it, I went and started looking at images of random things. So I actually came across this image where it had a pink background, black stripes, and these tropical flowers, I don't really know what they're called, with some leaves in the background all over those lines, which is what inspired today's set. And I literally could not be happier with them. And it was really cool to be inspired by something other than nails for once. So if you're sometimes kind of in the dumps or can't seem to get inspired or anything, I do recommend having a look on Pinterest, but not at nails, but at some kind of other patterns, or, you know, I don't know, something else, basically scenery or something that might even spark a color palette or something. Like, it really does change, or like, I don't know, just it positively changed my way of thinking, you could say, and I felt a bit more inspired. So, you know, sometimes I get comments with ideas, and it's just, if you do nails like literally all the time, especially art, I do art almost on a daily, it's just hard sometimes to envision things. You just find yourself in these little dumps here and there, and I really appreciate all of your comments. I try to read as many as I can. I get quite a lot these days. I try to get as much on board as I can, but sometimes it's a bit too much, but I try to as much as I can. So going back to the video quickly, I'm just doing these lines here. So the trick for the lines is to have a very long liner, as long as you possibly can, and just lay it flat on the nail and drag it down, and do it very slowly. I find that I get the most kind of maneuver. I can like get a preciser line if I do it that way, and if I do it slower, I got more of a control over the line. So that's kind of my top tip there with the long lines. In the past, I used to try to do the lines with a very short liner brush, because back then I was quite comfortable with those kind of brushes. But no, you really, the length of a brush really matters basically on your lines. Funny enough, that's probably why there's all sorts of different sizes. I often find myself kind of loving one brush and just always using it. So this is the brush I love and I always use it. It's from Amazon. It just came in one of their random like sets you can get on Amazon, and I've been using it ever since, and it kind of works for everything. But sometimes you do find yourself that the brush, you know, isn't quite doing what you need it to do, and it's most likely the length, and you just need to switch it up. Sometimes it's just too thick, too thin, depends on what you're trying to achieve and what kind of brush you're using. So now on to the French tip nails. Same thing, we're only going to do those black stripy lines on the French tip part only, and we'll do it on both. I believe I only show you me doing it on this one here, and then the other one I do off camera. And then we can crack on with our stamping, which I was a little bit worried about because I had to stamp over the black and I wasn't too sure how the stamping is going to look on top of the black. I was a bit worried that it really is going to mute down the colours and maybe not even make it look like kind of invisible. Like, you know, it might kind of fade into the black and not even see it as much, but I'm really happy with how it ended up coming out. I've really fast-tracked this part because it's quite long. I'm constantly picking up the same leaf, annoyingly, so I kept having to wipe and pick up, and so I've really fast-tracked it. It's almost like double speed, I think. So on the French tip nails, I've got this nice tropical leaf, and I've got 2 different shades of green. Majority, if not all of them actually, all of the stamping polishes are from Born Pretty. I love the stamping polish, super affordable, very pigmented, does the job. You can get them super cheap. I think I get mine on AliExpress, although I did get some on Amazon. And they're just really great, beginner friendly, love it. So on the French tip nails, as you saw, I do 3 leaves, 2 the darker green and then 1 this kind of like pastel-y green. The pastel-y one will go in the middle, and then the darker ones will go on the sides. Once I complete that, I'll then place some of those tropical flowers, I don't know what they're called, I never know, in the center of the leaves. But first I thought, let me do all the leaf stamps first, and then we'll do everything again with the flowers. So first I'm just cracking on with the leaves. So we've got the 2 French tip nails done. Now I'm working on the full stripy nail with the pink in the background, I think will be up next. And very similar situation, just pick a side and just start stamping your leaves down. So for me, I decided to do top part of the nail. Then I decided to do a bit on the sides, on both sides, and then kind of leave it there. Also, I didn't do a full leaf, I just did like a tiny little corner, for example. It will just depend on how large your nail is, how much space you've got, and how many of these leaves you can stamp down. Obviously, some people prefer it to be not as packed with leaves. Others might like it, you know, very busy on the nail, up to you. I love my nails when they're super busy, so much going on. I love it. You all know my sets can be quite wild sometimes. So here's the side part, and sometimes when you have leftover on your stamper, try and use it up if you can. It just saves you product and time and everything, so I could just use it up again there, which was really nice. Now, I believe we'll be working on this, ombre nails. So I'm just popping the very tiny little bits on the sides of the nail. Here I was trying to stamp again with what was left, but what was left was just not going to work, basically. So we have to repeat. And then once I do the darker green, I'll repeat it again with the lighter green and just place it ever so slightly under or above, whatever kind of you prefer as well. So this will be the last time we're picking up the leaves, thank God. Obviously, this stamping plate has a lot of leaf options, but the little inspo that I was trying to follow had that specific leaf that I'm using today. So I wanted to kind of continue with the same idea that I saw. But this plate is so handy if you're into summer nails, or you've got a lot of clients. For example, if you're a nail tech that does clients that love summer nails, you know, stuff like that, this plate is the one to have. It's a Paradise Collection #1 plate from Moe London, and oh boy, have I had the most use out of this plate, like loads. The leaves, the palm trees, even the parrot in the background there. Like, I've had so much use out of this plate. Honestly, you're gonna have to, well, you will see quite a lot of videos coming up, because now that I decided that it's summer, there's quite a lot of tropical sets coming your way, so you will see this plate quite often, which is good because it might spark you to buy it, and you'll be luckily enough, I guess, to have a lot of designs ready to go from my channel, so you have a lot of inspiration and a lot of things you can create with it. Especially if you've got yourself some clients coming in, you can already be set and ready to go with your designs for them. So here I'm not reverse stamping. Is it reverse stamping? I think so. I always get the words confused. I'm so sorry, but there is a name for this. I think it's reverse stamping, where I picked up an outline of an image. So for us, it's the flower, and then I color it in on my stamper. Here I stamped before a little bit too early. You have to wait for it to dry, basically. But I pick up an outline of an image on my stamper, then I color it in on the stamper, and then I stamp it down. But before you stamp it down, make sure you wait for it to dry. If it's a bit too wet, as you saw there, it kind of like either smudges or there's all sorts. And it's just best to wait for it to be dry, basically. Or at least, you'll be able to tell when it's dry because the backing won't be shiny anymore. You'll be able to see that it's kind of becoming matte, so that's when you know it's a bit more dry. And since the nails, obviously, they're gel polished, they leave a tacky layer before top coating, so it does leave a layer or like a stick to where, even though it's dried on your stamper, it will still transfer through if you're using gel polish. If you're using regular polish, then I believe you need to apply like a sticky backing before you apply your stamping. But I'm not in the regular polish world, so I'm not too sure. You'd have to check out some other videos out there, but I think that's what happens. So here, I'm just waiting for it to dry, because the first one I stamped, I had an issue a little bit. So luckily we were able to fix it, but it's okay. So here I'm just waiting. So here I'm checking and I'm happy with it, so I'm stamping. So on this nail, I'm gonna pop it on the side. I believe just one, and since I had some left over, I also stamped it down on the other side. So that's that nail done. On that ombre nail, I'm going to leave it as is now. No flowers are going there. We need 3 more flowers, and I only have 2 stampers, so I'm going to pick up the 2 flowers again on my stamper, and then I think off camera I might be applying the last one in a moment, because it's all just quite repetitive. So I'm picking up the other flower, same thing, color it in. Like I said, all the stamping polishes today are from Born Pretty. Definitely check them out. And then on Amazon, when I mentioned earlier, I picked up, they had like an autumn collection at the time. I don't know if it's still out there. Quite handy. It does have, it's all obviously autumn, but stuff like oranges and stuff, even though it's autumn, you can still use it in the summer for like, you know, tropical nails too as well, for like sunsets and stuff. So still a really nice one to have, and it was quite affordable too as well, actually. So done, everything stamped. Time for our crystal placement and we're done. So today's design was very heavy on stamping. Now on this nail, I've got a bit of a crystal placement going on. I've got this little pink charm along with a white bow. We've got this kind of diamond looking crystal, followed by 2 of these long crystals that I'm going to connect at the bottom there. Then another pink charm. Then some ABs, and I also decided to chuck in some opals, because why not? I thought we've got a white bow, so something white will be nice too, so I popped some white opal. And then lastly, on this nail, we're going to chuck some extra 2 opals, so 1 on either side, but I think I quickly cured it. Yes, I did, just so it doesn't move about for me. And then in these 2 little corners, I'm gonna pop the opal in there. There it goes, popped into the lamp, or not, I guess in a second we will. And oh, here goes the flower. I was waiting for it to dry. I was being efficient. So on to these 2 nails. They're going to be both very similar to each other, of course, just flipped, and they have a very minimal crystal placement. I thought of just placing 3 ABs on the corner of the French tip of the smile line, and they're just tiny little crystals, just a touch of little sparkle there, and that's it. And we're also not placing any more crystals or anything on the other nails, so that's it basically crystal placement wise. Once it's placed, I'll pop in the lamp for a cure, then I'll go ahead and top coat. Today we're going to matte top coat these, although I feel like glossy would make it look really, really cute too. and then it will go into the lamp and I'll be able to show you guys my final results. So if you're interested in any of the products I've used today, make sure to check out my description. I'll have as many links as I can possible down there. I also have a link to Quidco for you guys, so check it out. It's a cashback website. It's all free. You just do your regular shopping through there and they send you money for shopping, which is really great. And if you use my code down below, then you get yourself £15 for free once you get your first £5 cashback. So however long it takes, you don't have to do it all at once. It can literally take you a year, 6 months, however, whatever you want. But when you finally get your first £5 back, then altogether, also it doesn't have to be one shop, altogether once you get your first £5 back, you get 15 for free. So altogether you have £20 at the end. So it's a really nice deal that they're offering, and it really supports the channel as well. So thank you guys. If any of you guys have used Quidco or tried it out, it's literally the best thing ever. I stand by it. I've been using it for years and I love it, really do. So here's just me finishing up with the top coat, just the matte top coat, and then here are the final results. I hope you guys liked it. First tropical set of the year. So I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!